All right, I think it's time we need to have a discussion about drag artists, which includes drag queens. A little background information on me. I have been working with and in the drag community for over 25 years. So I'm not a drag expert, but I definitely know a lot more than the channels you're probably listening to who are telling you how awful drag is and what a harm it is to so many people. First and foremost, drag queen does not automatically equal sexual content. That seems to be the major talking point, is that all drag queens are out here doing like some sexy burlesque show at all hours of the day. That is 1000% not true. Drag queens come in all shapes and sizes. You have lots of different kinds of drag. Comedy is a huge part of drag. Have you ever heard the term camp? Drag is camp. It is comedy. It's funny. It's silly. It's exaggeration. There are also drag artists who do fashion. It's their main thing. They're designers. They're creative. They make costumes. They walk runways. They've been in fashion shows around the world who are drag artists. Then you also have the impersonators who specialize in celebrities, and they do it in Las Vegas. They do it all over the place where they impersonate celebrities. And no, not all of them are women. Like, they don't always impersonate women as their celebrity impersonations. Some do other characters, like men. There's also drag cosplay. There's cosplaying that incorporates elements of drag and vice versa. The lines are getting very blurred. However, I'm not going to overlook this. Yes, there are drag performers who do fall into the sexy side. Just like any art form, whether it be movies, TV shows, music, you're going to have people that will do that. However, I'd like to think a lot of you are smart enough to know that that does not equal the totality of the art that you're looking at. For example, a lot of people look to anime and say, oh, anime gets a bad rap because there's so many questionable things that happen in anime. But actual anime fans know that that is not the totality of anime. So advocating for a complete ban on anime seems a little bit ridiculous. Let's take it a little bit further than that. Should we ban all movies because some movies are sexy? If a movie that's out there that has any kind of like adult content in it, does that mean that all movies of any kind should be 100% banned? Unless you're a complete idiot, the answer to that would be no. It's the same thing with drag. Drag is an art form. So asking to ban all of drag because you don't like certain portions of it is a huge overreach. It's a big overreach for communities. It's a huge overreach for the government. And it's a First Amendment violation. Something that you guys should be standing behind. We should all want free speech. All right, another misconception is that drag is just for cisgendered men. That is absolutely not true as well. I know you've probably heard it. Drag means dress resembling a girl. That was like so 200 years ago. That's a bit hyperbolic, but you know what I'm saying. It's out of fashion. Drag has evolved into a true art form. And everyone is welcome into the art form of drag. You guys are so focused on drag queens that you're missing some of the other drag out there. Another very prominent form of drag art is drag king. Drag king is an assigned female at birth woman who dresses as male presenting. And then there are those that call themselves drag clowns. Basically, they take the absurdity of drag out of the silhouette of a woman completely and go into something just outrageous. Then you have the more androgynous drag, the drag that doesn't really assign itself to any gender, and it's just someone out there walking around expressing their art in whatever silhouette they want. And yes, women are now doing drag. Cisgendered women, assigned female at birth, are doing drag. Heterosexual, cisgendered men are doing drag. Straight men are doing drag as well. And the reason why is because drag is art. I want to say this. No one is asking you to come out and watch a drag show if you don't want to watch it. No one is asking you to dress in drag or participate in drag art if you don't want to. That is a huge misconception. No one in the community is like asking for that. We don't want you in those spaces if you don't want to be there. But there's this thing called freedom of speech and freedom of expression where people can do those things and should be allowed to do those things. The one thing I don't get is you guys are so quick to want to ban something that you don't get, don't understand, and have no interest in. And you have a bunch of people convincing you that this is to protect children. Drag primarily takes place in adult venues. And that's not me trying to demonize like a story hour or anything like that. It's just a big misconception that drag is going in and entertaining like underage people all the time. It's just not happening. Again, most drag takes place in nightclubs and special events. But these people that know nothing about drag have you convinced otherwise. And you may ask why that is. It's because they want to take your anger and your misunderstanding of this community and weaponize it to push their own political ideals. If you simply didn't engage with it, they would lose that power and then you wouldn't have to be mad about stuff. Oh, and drag and trans are two different things. Do they cross over once in a while? Yes. Trans people are a big part of the drag community. But it's not that every trans person is a drag queen or vice versa. That's just not true. Bottom line, if you don't want to see drag, don't go to a drag show.